All right, we're going to move on to question number 34. When they have been frightened, as, for example, by an electrical storm, dairy cows may refuse giving milk. All right, so let's take a look at this interesting sentence. I guess we go from chemistry to astronomy to farming. So let's see if we can find the answer. When they have been frightened. So once again, we got two answers together. We should probably deal with them together to make sure the idea works. And this appears to be just a passive voice, a time clause. It's kind of giving you a condition. It seems to be okay. All right, fair enough. Let's move on. As for example, by an electrical storm. Now, we put this in here, maybe just to kind of throw you off, but it's just telling you for an example, as by an electrical storm. You kind of can take this out. So this by is okay. It's part of this original passive voice, so that's okay. An electrical storm, that's like a lightning storm. Dairy cows may refuse giving milk. And really, you didn't even have to know any of this vocabulary here. Dairy cows are cows for milk. Dairy refers to generally milk. You go to the dairy part of the store, you'll find the milk and cheese. Probably the eggs as well, but yeah, refuse takes an infinitive. So there it is. So this sentence should say, when they have been frightened, as, for an example, by an electrical storm, dairy cows may refuse to give milk. And it's choice D. So that's interesting. I did not know that. If there's a storm and you have cows and you want to get milk from them, they may not give you any milk because they are scared. So it's kind of an interesting sentence. Okay, I guess you can learn all sorts of things from the TOEFL test. Let's move on to 35. Miami, Florida is among the few cities in the United States that has been awarded official status as bilingual municipalities. All right, let's go through the answers. Miami, Florida is among the few cities. Well, that could work, because among, once again, among is for when you have more than two things. They're probably talking about more than two cities, so that should be good. All right, so let's move on to our next candidate here. The few cities in the United States that, it's like the beginning of a subordinate clause. Let's check the whole idea. That has been awarded. That has been awarded. Now, Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida is a singular place, but it's already been accounted for with this verb, so this subject's out. And then the few cities in the United States, there it is, the few cities in the United States that have been awarded, there it is, that have been awarded. So in this one it is choice C, that have been awarded. And then just to finish it, official status. Status is kind of a title. And then we have as, and then that's okay. It's official status as. It's like he was given the he was named as the president. So you're giving it a title. And then bilingual municipalities. Municipalities is just another word for cities. And this definitely confirms that this should be plural. And then bilingual just means two languages. And if you've ever been to Miami, you will know that Spanish is almost as valuable as English if you ever go to Miami. Definitely a bilingual city. So there it is. We got that one figured out. Let's move on to 36. No other quality is more important for a scientist to acquire as to observe carefully. All right, let's go through the answer choices. No other quality. That's okay. You could also say not any other quality, but it's not necessary, so this is okay. No other quality. Good to go. Is more important. Alright, so this is possibly a comparison. Is more important. And then for a scientist to acquire, oh, there it is again. This at setup. We've seen before. For plus the agent of the action plus an infinitive. So this is okay. And then we have choice C, as. Oh well. We have more. More. No, it should be more than. So it's C. Yep, this is definitely C. And let's check D. More. Yeah, this is actually parallel structure as well. To acquire than to observe. These are parallel, and this is being compared to something. And then to observe carefully, this is an adverb saying how you are observing, how you are looking at things. So D is fine. It's definitely C. It should be the word than. And there it is, than. So no other quality is more important for a scientist to acquire than to observe carefully. Yep. Choice C. That one wasn't too tricky. When you see anything with a comparison, be on the lookout. Make sure you have your more than and your less than. It's definitely will save you some time if you can quickly look for that. All right, 37. 37, coming down to the wire. After the police had tried unsuccessfully to determine to who the car belonged, they towed it into the station. Oh, I wonder what kind of book this came from. This is definitely not chemistry or science or anything like that. Interesting. Well, anyhow, let's see. After the police, okay, remember the police, that means the police force. That could be many police officers. That's not even in contention here, because had tried, that could go for any, had, it can go for anything plural, singular. So we don't have a problem there. So A is definitely not a problem, the police, okay. Unsuccessfully, had tried unsuccessfully to determine. Well, tried is a verb. To determine is a verb. And this word is inside of a verb sandwich. So this has to be an adverb, more than likely. So we're good here. Tried unsuccessfully. It's in the right place, too. It's not in a strange place. So that's good. B's fine. To determine to who. Determine to who. This is something that this could trick a native speaker, because the use of who and whom has kind of been lost in at least in American English. And yeah, it's C. It should be whom, and if you think about it, just the preposition should give it away. You can't use who after the preposition. You have to use whom, and here's some other examples just to give you more. So to whom, from whom, of whom. So any preposition, you've got a preposition, it has to be whom, even though you're probably not going to hear too many native speakers say it. But yeah, it's C. It's got to be to whom, because it's an object. It's not, well, it's definitely not a subject. Only subjects can take who. This is an object, or some kind of thing that's not a subject, something else there in a preposition here. To whom, from whom, of whom. So this is actually the indirect object. After the police had tried successfully to determine to whom the car belonged, they towed it, and the D is okay. They towed it into the station. It is okay, right? If you look, it is referring to the car. And this is kind of a question you might get on the reading section of the TOEFL test. They might ask you, oh, what does the word it refer to in this sentence? And you would have to answer car if that were the situation. So D is okay, it's referring to the car, and that's it. And towing, if you ever heard of that word, it means when they use a truck and they take your car away. If you park your car illegally, especially in some cities like San Francisco, where our school is located, they will tow your car away, and you will have to pay a lot of money to get it back. And so you definitely don't want to do that. All right, let's move on to 38. 38. Fertilizers are used primarily to enrich soil and increasing yield. Hopefully by now you can catch this pretty quickly, but let's go through the answers. I think you have an intuition about what the answer is, but let's see. Fertilizers are used. That's fine. That's a passive voice. Fertilizers are special chemicals and whatnot to use to make farming of plants more productive. So fertilizers are used primarily. Oh, there we are again. We got a verb. There's another verb. We're inside of a verb sandwich again. So this is definitely an adverb, and that's fine. Okay. Enrich soil. Soil is dirt. Dirt is earth. It's non-countable. Typically, it's non-countable unless you're talking about different kinds of soil. No article is needed. It doesn't have to be plural. So if you're not familiar with this word, this could trick you, but really you should be able to look at D and say, oh, what's wrong here? This is a gerund. Oh, they've used an infinitive. They're connecting these two ideas. These should be parallel structure. So this should be, it should be to increase or shortened increase. You don't have to use the to both times. So the sentence should read, fertilizers are used primarily to enrich soil and to increase yield. Or fertilizers are used primarily to enrich soil and increase yield. Like I said, you don't have to use the to both times, but definitely not a gerund, because this is an infinitive. It needs to match. It needs to be parallel. And we are just about out of time, so we'll continue in the next video.